some commands. Oh, let me stop and share the entire screen. Okay. Okay, so let me start. Okay, HDFS stands for Hadoop Distributed File System. Okay, DFS means Hadoop Distributed File System. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, so it's a file system. That means it is a system or a storage system, to be precise, while we keep our files. So any piece of information that you want to save in a computing system, you must store data in a file. So here I'm working on a document file, and you can see here. So it's just a document file. You can save it either as a document file or PDF file or different types of files. So files, data must be stored inside files. That's a very simple thing. I'm just telling like a very normal person who have minimum computing knowledge. Okay. So here in my computer, you can see it has a hard drive, and hard drives are located into different file formats. And inside that we have folders, we have different directories, and you see there are some drives. Okay, C drive, D drive, E drive, all these drives. So data has been logically partitioned, or the storage system has been logically partitioned into several drives actually, so that we can store our data precisely and conveniently. Okay, so generally the Windows operating system gets it stored inside C drive. Okay, and for others, we can save data in other system, and recovery, it only has some data related to recovery. Okay, so like that, it's like organizing data so that we can store the data conveniently, and we can read the data whenever we need it. Okay, that's why we need a file system. So in our file system in Windows, it's pretty convenient. So we can save data like some drives, documents, okay, everywhere. So it is very convenient. So we take advantage of the GUI, or the graphical user interface, so that we can save the data in our desired directories. We can create directory, we can delete directory, we can create file, we can delete file, everything. So likewise, we can do the same thing in our Cloudera system. Okay, so I already told you that Cloudera is just an interface to work inside Hadoop system. That means Cloudera provided us this convenient interface, or convenient GUI, through which we interact with Hadoop services. Okay, so I'm going there. Okay, but over here there is no direct way you can dump the data, like copy, paste, and like that directly using your mouse clicks inside Hadoop environment. There is no way you cannot do that. So instead, Hadoop storage system has some way to achieve the purpose of storing data by copying, by deleting, or like so. So here, in order to work with data stored inside HDFS system, we need to use the command line terminal, okay, or just the terminal. So I'm inside the Cloudera terminal. Okay, you can see. So here, if I run the command like print working directory, we see that it is showing Cloudera directory under home. Okay, and the first forward slash that you see here is just known as the root. That means this is from where the directory structure starts. Okay, so let me write that down as well. So HDFS has its topmost directory known as root directory. Okay, and here root directory is represented like that, /. Okay, sorry, f/. Okay. Well, and under that /, there can be any number of directories depending on how you want to see your data and how you want to have your data structure organized. Okay, so moving from there could be some specific directory, and in general the directories are organized based on the Hadoop services. I already told you that Hadoop has many different services depending on the data processing needs. If you want to process structured data, you should use Hive. If you want to process structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data, you can use Pig. If you want to use the Hive Hadoop database, AceBase, so you can use AceBase architecture. So there are multiple things inside. Okay, so let's see how we can check what is inside. So first we'll be checking what is inside the root directory. Okay, so the very first thing you need to remember that unlike Linux commands, I think it is not very big. I think you cannot see it properly. Let me change it to 125. Okay, now it's good. Or 150 as well. That should be fine. Yeah. Unlike Linux commands, you have to use HDFS, actually in shorthand form or small letters, HDFS, DFS. So this is the thing you have to write all the time. You are going to write a HDFS command. Okay, so my computer is too slow, you can see. Okay, so HDFS, then comes the command. Okay, so that is the syntax of the HDFS commands. Every command starts with HDFS and DFS. Okay, so this is the new thing. Okay, that means since Hadoop version 2, okay, Hadoop version 2. Okay, prior to that, sometimes you will see in many different documentations, you will see things like this. Just Hadoop and file system, okay, not DFS. Okay, so it was there during the time of Hadoop version 1. So we'll be checking both of them. Okay, all right. And another thing you have to remember that for any other commands, okay, you need to put a dash, okay, before the command. Okay, so like, let's see how it works. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, so a dash before a command. Okay, so how it looks like. So for example, if I want to run the make directory command, mkdir, you have to put a dash. Okay, or if you want to make a list, you have to put a dash before ls. If you want to remove the directory, rmdir. If you want to see the last 10 records, you have to go like this. Okay, so aren't this familiar? I think you already know this, right? Everybody?
No, I didn't.
No, I don't know.
Did you attend the Linux command classes?
Yes.
So if you attended those classes, you must have known these.
Yeah, I know as Linux command, but I don't know the dash.
Yes, that's why I have told you, brother. Okay. So this is the only exception. Okay, there are two exceptions. First, you have to write this HDFS DFS. So you have to put this. Okay. Then what you need to do, you need to write the base commands. Okay, and you need to specify the path. For example, if you want to write some commands like, for example, okay, I want to make a directory. Okay, so first thing I have to do, I need to write these two generic things, not dash. Actually, dash should not be there. Okay. Okay. For example, here HDFS, DFS, and mkdir. Okay, and we want to create just under the root directory. This is the root directory. Like let's say that we want to create Sakawat. Sorry if I make spelling mistake. Okay, so if I run this command, a directory Sakawat will be created under root directory. Okay, so here two things. This is one. Let me highlight this. Okay, this is one part, and another thing you have to remember that this one with a space. After a space, everybody remember that. Okay, there must be a space. Let me highlight it another column and not here. One space, and next to that you have to give that again. Okay, then the base commands. Okay, base command is this one, mkdir. Then you need to put something else or some other commands. Okay, so we'll be checking. Okay, so first let's see what is inside. Okay, inside the root directory, everybody. So HDFS, okay, and DFS. Then, so how to check the directories, everyone?
ls.
Yes, but before that,
It's hyphen, yeah.
yes, hyphen and
ls
let's
slash
what's inside
forward slash.
forward slash, that means root directory. So what is inside root directory? Okay, so let's see. Okay, could not find. Oh, sorry, HDFS GFS. It should be DFS, distributed file system. Okay. So it's taking a while. Okay, so we see the directory structure. So the directory starts with a D, then read-write permission for the users, then the groups, then the other users. Okay, so it's the Hado HDFS user group. Okay, under super group, and the creation date and the file size in byte. Okay, all that you see is the file size in byte. Okay, and this is the root directory. Remember that the directory structure, it starts from there. That means after the root directory, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 directories. Okay. Any questions before I go to the next command?
No.
Anyone has any question, please?
No question.
No question.
Imran bhai. Imran bhai, I have a question here. এখানে যদি এখন if we type here just ls, what's gonna come?
So it will show you the Linux operating systems folders, ls. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see the Linux operating system things. Okay. So here, what you see, just simply ls command will give you this directory structure. Okay. You see here, everybody. Okay. What is the terminal? Just a minute. Yeah. So you see, if you run the command, okay, you see that downloads, the carrot, text file and everything, okay, the source file, vegetables, okay, so everything. So since you are interacting with HDFS Hadoop distributed file system, that's why you must mention HDFS DFS, then hit this one. Okay, is that clear? Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now I want to see it as a long list. How can I do that?
Yeah, -wall.
minus ls
LS
space minus ls.
Okay. LL. Okay. Oh. What is that? Long list. Yeah, long list. ls. Just list command. Oh, again and al. So it is showing us that ILS and the switches we can give, these are the things. Okay. So I'll check on that. But now you know how to run a command in HDFS. So I'm just trying to refresh the command. So instead of HDFS, I'm going for Hadoop file system. Okay, Hadoop file system. And this one, sorry, P missing. Okay, so now it's same thing. Okay, so are these commands the same? So this is HDFS, DFS LS, DFS, DFS Hadoop FS LS. So are they anyway different or the same?
Yeah,
It is
looks
same.
like same.
Yeah. So
Version.
just to make you aware of the fact that this command is only for Hadoop version 2, and this command was used to be in the time of Hadoop version 1, but both work fine. In some cases, it will show that it is deprecated. Deprecated means that developers are no longer supporting it. Okay, they left these type of commands as they are. Okay, so now I want to create a directory here. Okay, inside the root directory. Okay, so how can I do that? Any suggestion?
HDFS, DFS, hyphen MK directory,
mkdir. Okay,
space,
then
slash benchmark.
okay, then let's say someone's name. Okay,
Okay, so just the name.
so my data. Okay, my data. Okay, my data is already there. Okay, all data. Okay, so let me hit the hit enter and see. Okay, if we can create. Sometimes you will see some permission errors. Okay, yes. So that is the common challenge you see almost every time. Okay. So permission denied. So to overcome this way, you have to run this command. HDFS, DFS.
Change mode.
Okay. Before the sudo, okay, you Hadoop DFS. Let me try, because this command I quite often forget this because I don't use that much. Sudo with root user privilege, Hadoop DFS, and let's see if it works. Okay, no. So I think I took a note of this. Okay, someone sudo u HDFS Hadoop file system. Okay. HDFS
FS.
Hadoop file system. Yeah, let me see if it works or not. Yes. So now you see everybody please take a picture of this or take a note of this, because when you have some permission issues, then you have to take advantage of sudo super user do, and you have to take the upgraded privilege to create a directory. Now, so are you done with taking a picture or taking a note of this?
Wait a second.
Yes.
Okay. So now let's check if we have created the directory or not. Okay. Okay. So all data, this directory has been created. Okay. Even though I have created the directory, I have read-write execute function, but the group doesn't have the right permission. Same thing is applicable for the others. Okay. So now the directory is there. Think that HDFS, when it is created, it doesn't have any user data. So all the things that you see here are just come built in with HDFS file system. So this is just the natural organization hierarchy of data or directory structure. But as a user, HDFS is the primary storage where we dump the data from outside. Okay, HDFS is a kind of data. You should remember this thing that, okay, one needs to bring data to HDFS. Okay, since it is the storage layer of Hadoop ecosystem. Okay, so either you have to copy the data or you have to copy the data within itself to get the data here. So we get data from outside to HDFS system, or you can make multiple copies of the file or data within itself. But don't worry about the replication factor. Hadoop architecture automatically takes care of the replication factor. Okay, so now I'm going to get the data from outside world. Okay, that means outside HDFS. So in our Linux system, in our Cloudera Linux system, so we see something, some data or some text file. Okay, so let me make it a little organized. So I'm creating, or let me work on that. Okay. So I'm renaming it like my data. Okay, and inside my data, let's say I put some data, name, address, state, okay, country. Okay, so there's a very simple, okay, John, okay, comma separated value, okay, ABC street, okay, state, New York City, New York, and country US. Okay, so like that. So I'm making multiple copies of the same thing. Okay. Just with little modification, so that we can see something about the data. Okay, like 25 or 26. Okay, James. Okay, like Robert. Okay, like Duke. Okay, like Mary, or something. And at the beginning, like Jack, Jean, okay, Joe. Okay, just to make something different. Okay, now I need to load the data into HDFS system. So HDFS is such a kind of data structure or storage system that can support data from anywhere. Okay. Okay. You can bring data from any sources to HDFS. Okay, any kind of data, okay, any kind of data, okay, be structure, or unstructured. But there is one special restriction or one special limitation, you can say, that the data you put there in HDFS system is not likely to be changed. You cannot make a modification to the data that is present there. Okay, think of one database or storage system. For example, based by customer database. Okay, so for a particular day, many of the customers are buying products from Best Buy, and their transaction is getting processed. Okay, you know, some balances are either credited or debited. Okay, that means you can see that at the end of the day, some transactions have been made. That means their amount have been deducted, or some discounts have been given, some rewards points have been given. A lot of changes have happened. Okay, but data stored inside HDFS doesn't allow you to make such changes. You cannot modify the data. Okay, all that you can do, you can just perform some analysis on the static data. Okay, HDFS supports static data. Okay, data suitable for analysis only. Okay, you cannot make any modification to the data. Okay, static data, or you can say batch data. Okay, or you can say historical data. That means the data that has been frozen no longer supports any real-time modification. Okay, HDFS doesn't support any real-time modification. Real-time modification of the data stored in it. Okay. So are you getting these points? Any questions? Hello? Brothers, sisters, anyone? Any question?
Not so far.
Well, okay. So here you cannot make any type of modification. Remember that, everybody, please. So HDFS supports online, if the data is present there, online analytical processing only. That means you can perform analysis only, processing or pull up. Okay, you can HDFS supports online analytical processing, but it doesn't support online transactional processing. That means no transaction can happen. Am I making the things complex, everybody?
No.
No.
Okay. Okay, so with that being said, let's try the other commands. Okay, and my first purpose is to get the data from a Linux file system on which Cloudera has been built to the HDFS file system. Okay, let's go there, everybody. So we need to run some commands. Okay, so to run the command, the first thing we have to make sure where the data is located in the Linux system, my data.txt. Okay, so let me go to the property by right clicking on that, right click on the file, and you see a menu, property. Okay, and you need to get the path. The path is home, Cloudera, and my data.txt. Okay, okay, so I need to copy the file. Okay, so to run the command, so first HDFS DFS, so this is the convention, then I'm going to copy. Okay, but we're copying from the local file system, that is Linux file system. Okay, So copy from local. This is the command we have to put. Okay. Now the directory is that home slash cloudera slash, what was the name? My data or data? Okay, my data.txt. Okay, my data.txt. So that's the exact file name or path, including the path. This is the path, and this is the file name. And actually, the entire thing is the file path. Okay, the entire thing is the file path. So I want to put it where? Inside all data under root directory in HDFS system. Okay, root directory into HDFS system, and in between this source of the file, this is the target of the file, and in between these two there is a space. Make sure that this is the way the syntax works. This is the syntax. Okay, I hit enter, and let's see if the data get copied or not. Okay, the same error. Okay, if the same error happens, so what we need to do, again sudo u HDFS, okay, then Hadoop file system. Okay. Let me run the command. So my Cloudera is having some issues, that's why I see this type of problem. Yes. So now with this thing, I was able to copy the file to HDFS system. So let's check. Okay. So to check HDFS DFS and list command, or to read the content, we need to run the cat command. Can you remember that? Cat is the short form of concatenation. Okay, so cat under root directory, under all data, and what is the file name, everyone? What file did we copy?
My data.txt.
Yes, my data.txt. Okay, let's see if we can read it or not. Okay, again permission denied. I'm sorry that I'm having this issue quite often. Sudo u HDFS Hadoop file system. Okay, now I run the command. For some reason, it is not allowing me to read the data. Okay, no such directories. I think I made some mistake.
I think all a data is spelling mistake.
Yes, yes, thank you, brother. You have got an eye.
No, this is
Thank you.
wrote the all a data.
All data, yes, all data directory is there. Okay. This is all data. We created all data, right?
No.
Yeah.
We create all a data.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so here all data. Okay, let's check. Double check. Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure. Why did I copy all our data, right?
Yeah, it is true. All data
Yeah.
and all a
So
data.
yes, by mistake, it was created like all our data. Okay. So if the directory is not there, it creates my data.txt. Okay, let's see. If not, I'm going to delete this and check. Okay, fine. Okay, so let's see what is inside. List command, ls, before that dash, all data, okay? So what is in there? Yeah. Okay, all data has nothing. Now, is there anything inside? Okay, so it again has all data, okay? And now, let's see. My data.txt. So it's not a directory. but still we can see something if it's there. Okay, not a problem. So I'm going to load the data correctly, okay? So that is the command. Okay, so here all data, I'm copying this, copy from local, okay? Okay, so this will go inside all data, okay? All data dash, this is the one. Okay. All data, okay, fine. My data.txt, ls or cat command, my data.txt. Now you see we can read the data. Okay. Now the data has been copied to all data, and the actual data is this one. Okay. Other than that, this is a directory under root directory. Okay. So we can see the header and we can see everything. Okay, but if your file contains like thousands or even millions of records, millions of lines, so you can run the command like head command, okay, to see the first 10, okay. So head is not supported, but I'm not sure why. Tail, it should work fine. Okay, yes. So the tail worked, okay. The tail command worked. Okay, so we can read the data by cat command, right, everyone? Any problem or any issue with that? Do you understand this?
Yes.
Hello? Anyone has any question?
No.
Okay, so here instead of cat command, there is another alternative command that is known as text command. Okay, so let me copy this one. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm clearing everything. Okay, instead that I can use cat command or text command, txt. Sorry, not txt, text. I missed the e. Okay. Okay, so now in my first command, copy from local. Okay, here local means the Linux hardware system or any other operating system on which hardware is built. Okay. Now I want to copy something from HDFS to my local system. Okay. So in that case, I need to make some modification. Copy from local instead of from. What I need to do, I need to change this to copy to local. That means it will copy the file from Linux system to the local directory, that is the Windows system. Okay, so let's see what is in there. What can I copy? Just 1 minute. HDFS, DFS, and list, and okay, let's see. Okay, so now you can see a lot of things, all the data, benchmark. Okay, so is there a way I can see how the directory looks like inside there? Okay, so from the browser inside Cloudera, you can open this one and you can go to Cloudera Manager, okay? Quick start Cloudera, okay? And from here, I think that is too small for you to see, okay? And here you can 5070, okay? So over here, if you go, you see a different thing, okay? Here, this is where you can see all the details, like when was the Cloudera started, okay? That means high uptime. And what is the Cloudera version, okay? Cloudera series version, this one, okay? And the release number is this one, okay? And compiled by Jenkins. So that is another system. And you see inside that, we're theoretically having a Hadoop cluster, okay? And this is the cluster ID, starts with a CID, okay? And block pool means the block of data pools, okay? And you see block pool, and each of the block pools have an unique identifier that is known as the block pool ID, okay? Security is off. By default, security is off, okay? That means Hadoop supports some kind of security system, so it is off. Safe mode, okay? Safe mode is off. That means it is not in safe mode. Safe mode will freeze everything. You cannot make any modification. You cannot copy the data. You cannot put the data. You cannot make any changes. So that is known as safe mode, okay? So it will give you a summary, how many files are there, how many directories are there, how many blocks are there, okay? So what about the memory, how much memory is there, everything, all the information. So configured capacity, how much space is there, okay? And how much space is being used by distributed file system, that is HDFS file system, okay? Everything. So how many nodes are there? So this is single node cluster, right? We have only one computer to set up this. That's why we see live node 1, dead node 0, okay? So everything, okay? And I told you about journal nodes and journal manager. So you can see everything stored there, okay? In progress. So some logs are being written here. I told you about edits log, okay? Edit log here. Okay, so where the name node is there, it is the name node. Sorry, I moved to the next page, okay? So like that. So I just loaded one file into HDFS system. I'm getting back to that point. So you can see the data node volume failure, snapshot, startup process and everything. So to see the file inside HDFS, so this utility will take you there. So from utilities, you go there and browse the file system, okay? Go to the file system and you see the file system. I already told you one thing, that the directory structure starts with a /, okay? So let's check that. Let me go there, and as soon as I typed it, you see everything, okay? You have all data benchmark. So are these familiar to you? Can I place this side by side? Okay. So do you see the same thing here? The names, all data, benchmark data, age base, my data, solar, temporary user var. Do you see that, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this will only allow you to see what is inside. So, and you see, what is the default block size I told you, everyone?
128 MB.
128 megabytes, okay? And this is for Hadoop version 1, right?
I think it's version 2.
2.
Yes, this is version 2. For
1
Hadoop version 1, it was 64 megabyte. Okay, so if I click there inside all data, okay, you see that the data is there, and if you want to download it, you can download it from here. By clicking it, you can see the data. Block information, it is present inside block 0. What is the block ID? You see the block ID. Block pool ID, okay? What is the size? where this file is available. You can see all this information. Okay. So how can I go there? In the Cloudera local system, and you see through the port 50070. Okay. So you can check the directory structure in HDFS from its utilities browser file system. Okay. So other files. So all that you can do here, you can check. You cannot make modification through this. Okay, this doesn't allow. Okay, if I want to go to all data, just type all data. Okay, hit enter. It will show that my data.txt. Okay, you see the permission level: read, write, not execute, and only read. Okay, so let's check there. We see the same thing here. Okay, so ls all data / my data dot txt. I hope I'm making the things complex for you, right?
No.
Okay, so you see the same level of permission that you can see here from Cloudera, quick start Cloudera, colon 570 50070. Okay, and from there you go here. Okay, all data inside there, you see. Okay, so now you are going inside HDFS, and it is version release was the version was released in 2017. You see the same level of permission here. Okay, let me press side by side. Okay, read, write, read, write, read. Okay, do you see that? Okay, and you see the owner. HDFS is the owner, and it belongs to HDFS group. Okay, and the file size is 554. Okay, and I already told you that the file size by default comes as byte. Okay, not as megabyte or kilobyte or something. Okay, so is that okay, everyone? Any question?
No question. All good.
No question means you already know everything, brother.
No. Actually, it need to practice.
Yes. So I would recommend you, if you get a chance, I already shared a document to you that includes all the common Hadoop HDFS commands. So make a printed copy of these and put it by the side of your table or somewhere, wherever it's convenient, so that you can have a look quite often. Okay. Every now and then, just look at that and try to, because some interviewers may ask basic questions. Okay. So, well, so we have practiced one command, that is what? Yes, copy from local. Okay, so there is another similar command. Instead of copy to local, we just give the name as put command. Okay, that means we are putting the data from our local system to HDFS system. So okay, so let me go there and let me okay, or shall I download something? Okay, let's download something. Okay, like orders dot CSV. Okay, download. Let's download some real data. Okay. So okay, download order data. Okay, let's see if it is there. So we're downloading not in HDFS. So HDFS doesn't support this thing. Okay, you cannot download the data from there. Okay. So where can I load it? Okay. Yes, I think, yeah, download this one. Let's see. Download orders. Okay, we need to log in here. CSV. Okay. Or let's load some kind of big data. Okay. So let me go to New York City, TLC, open data. Okay. So it will give us access to a huge amount of data. Okay. Okay. Open data. It's a TLC data. That means all the data related to the rights. Okay, it will take a while. Okay, now I think we can download the CSVs. Okay, you see different file formats, drug test, application number, all these things. Okay, so let me go to the right place. Visualize, export. Okay, export. Okay, and CSV. We're downloading CSV data. Okay, so I'm downloading CSV, same file. Okay. Okay, so by this time, let me run another command that is very common command. Okay, so it will take like a couple of minutes. Okay, so we need to check the status of the HDFS system itself. I'm coming to the pull command once the file gets downloaded. Okay, so I want to see the health of HDFS system. So how healthy it is. Okay, so HDFS, DFS, file system check, FSCK. Okay, I think I missed that dash again. Yeah, file system check. Okay. So, not sure why file system check. No. FSCK file system check. Not sure why it is not running, but it should work. Or report. No. HDFS, DFS. Let's sudo. HDFS hardware file system. U. No. FSCK. I need to check that. Okay. Just 1 minute. Hadoop for HDFS FSCK command. Just 1 minute, hang tight, please. My computer is damn slow. FSC. Eureka. HDFS FSCK, okay, and slash. So that is the command I run. Again, HDFS FSCK and root. Yes, it's failing because of permission denied issue. Okay. So sudo u yes no. It's just giving me some information like Linux FSCK is mounted, but it's not showing me anything. Okay, I need to check with that.
Do you think it's possible to check other directories instead of root directory?
No, it is not specific to root any other directory. So when you run the command just like this, fsck, it will give you all the information about the hardware distributed file system. Okay, it is not specific to anything. Okay, you can just put a root like that. That is gonna work. If you don't, that's it gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So
it's not.
it specifically says that cannot find the root directory or something like that.
Yes. Okay. So fsck command, you can also mention this, but if you don't mention it, it will work. Because you see, it is just a generalized command that checks entire directory. It will give you information about the directory structures the way we have seen here. So we have seen here these and general overview information. Like that. So it will give you all this information. And if there is any damaged or blocked or corrupted clusters, it will also give that information as well. So let me see if we are done with this. I think it's not okay.
As proposed on last class, I think it's our break time for 5 minutes.
I can properly.
Now, as we propose, as someone
Your
just
voice is
proposed on
muffled.
as on last class, someone just proposed about 5 minutes break. I think we can take the break and then come back.
Oh, okay, sure. Yes, so we can go for a break for 5 minutes and let's come back. Yes, 2021 and January trip data 120. No, that's too small. I think before COVID. Yeah, 5%. Okay, yeah. Okay, coming back in 5 minutes.
হ্যাঁ 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 শুরুতে মানে একবার প্রথম কমান্ডটা পিডব্লিউডি দিয়ে শুরু করছিল। না আমি ওই ওই কমান্ডটার সাথে সাথে আমি ইয়ে করছি, হয় নাই, পরে আসলে ট্রাই করতে হবে। না না কিছু কিছু করে নাই, কিছু করে নাই, কিন্তু আমারটাতেও হয় নাই।
Well, everyone, are we back?
ওয়েবসাইটে আচ্ছা
Hello.
Yes, Bhaiya.
ইয়েস
Yes. So I'm renaming it to trip data. Okay. Trip data, and let's see the location. It's inside Cloudera. You see Cloudera here and downloads. Okay. Cloudera download / tripdata.csv. Okay. So I'm using the other command like this. Okay. And this one. Okay. Instead of copy from local, I'm just typing in put command. Okay. Home Cloudera, then downloads / trip data, the file name .csv to all data. Okay. To all data. Okay, so that is the directory where I'm going to copy the file. So I'm copying the file from local file system, that is home Cloudera downloads and tripdata.csv into HDFS root directory and all data folder. So it will take a while because it's very big, like 700 megabyte approximately. Okay, I think it will take like 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, it's done. Okay, so now let's check what's inside the all data directory. So ls command. So HDFS DFS with super user permission levels inside the root directory and all data directory. Okay, let's see what is inside. Okay, so we have copied everything. Okay, the file trip data has been copied successfully, and you see that's a very big size. Okay, in terms of bytes. Okay, so to run the command, okay, you can put some A's flag. Okay, let's see what is in there. Okay, ls or ls. Okay, ls ltr. Okay, let's see. Oh. ls and it's HDFS DFS. Okay, now you see this time I use the ACE switch. That means a human readable format. Okay, that was not human readable format. If it was bigger, even this big number, so it was some kind of confusing that how many megabytes are there. But since I passed that ACE command, ACE switch actually, this is not switch, these are switch. So for that, we see that this is the file size in megabyte. Okay. So we can use put command to load data from our local file system in Linux. This is a Linux file system directory. Sorry, the Linux file system directory. I'm sorry for that. Okay. Up to that Linux file system directory, and we're moving it to that particular directory inside root directory of HDFS. Is that clear, everyone? Hello?
Yeah, can you explain it again, please?
Is it very confusing?
A little bit.
Hello? No one is talking? Everybody confused?
But I'm saying, can you explain it again, please?
Okay, so this is just a generic list command. Okay, up to that. That what is inside all data directory. Okay,
No, from the put command, please.
from the put command. Okay,
Yes.
so put command just puts data from your local file system, that means Linux file system, to HDFS file system. I'm highlighting that. So that is HDFS directory, and that is Linux directory. Okay, from Linux we are copying data to HDFS system. So we earlier used copy from local, so we can use put command instead. So both work in the same way. The first command I showed you was put command, right? What is that? Yeah. In earlier commands we have seen that. So we can copy from local. Okay, this is the local, that is Linux directory up to that, and we can load data to all data. Okay, like this. So instead of copy from local, we can use put command. Okay, so now I'm going to show you another thing. So now I'm going to create a directory here. Over here. Okay. Okay. Let me create a directory. Okay. Okay. Let's say from HDFS. Okay. So this directory has inside. Okay. So now I want to put the data from HDFS to this directory. So what is the directory location? So the directory location is home Cloudera from HDFS. Okay. So I'm going back there. It has nothing inside. So let me run the command. Okay, to see what is inside, what is coming in. So HDFS, DFS, okay. Now copy to local, okay. From where? We have to give the path, okay. That is home, Cloudera, and from HDFS, okay. And we are getting the data from root directory, all data / my data.txt. Okay. I think there could be some permission errors. Let's see how it works. Okay. All data, my data doesn't. All data / my data is not working. No such file or directory. Okay, copy to local. Sudo u HDFS Hadoop file system, copy copy to local. Then for that we can enclose the path as like this. Okay, let's see how happens. All data, my data.txt, it's not present there, it should be there. Five zero 70. All data, okay, all data, my data.txt. Copy to this one and Cloudera slash from HDFS. So that is not likely to work. Permission denied. Okay. So it was trying to copy, but okay. The first thing we have to give the source and now the target. Copy to local. Okay, it's not working. Then get. So instead of copy to local, we can use get command. Actually, I'm having issues with my Cloudera, so that's why I cannot show you these things. Yeah. HDFS. Let's see if it works. Okay. No such directory or file.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm having the same issue. It says the same thing, no such a file or directory.
Okay, so let me give another try. Get one space and home Cloudera slash home is HDFS. Okay, so this is the directory of the target. Let's see. Copying, yeah, permission errors. So for some reason, it's not allowing me to copy. But the command is okay. Okay, not HDFS. Yes, now it worked, okay? So here what happened, it is getting the data from HDFS file from this location to this location. Let's see if we can see that. Yes, we see the file has been copied. So I think I can discuss on Thursday about the remaining system. My is Cloudera needs a restart, I think. So I'll make a list of all these commands here in the document. So everybody keep an eye here. So by this time, Shahid, I already shared some of the commands. So I'll try to make sure that each and every single command is working. But for that, you don't have to practice HDFS commands. Please go ahead and practice the Linux commands. Okay, these commands. So if you practice this 40 or 50 commands, okay, I think everything will be clear to you. Okay, everyone?
Okay.
So we can connect on Thursday.
Okay.
Okay, so I think if you go and practice the Linux commands, it will take just one more class to complete HDFS commands.
Okay.
Okay,
thank
man.
you.
Okay, so everybody, good night, and
I
let's
think today's class, if possible, we can review again shortly in Thursday class initially, and then we can go ahead.
yes.
I have found some difficulty of understanding today's class actually.
Okay, so did you practice the Linux commands?
Okay.
So before starting the class, you can check back. You can try that, and since we have roughly an hour and half an hour, so it's pretty difficult to cover everything in that short period of time. But I'll recap things before I start.
Can you show the last command you ran,
Yes, sure.
please? Thank you.
HDFS get command. Get command, first you have to give the source where you are getting the data. Okay.
Yeah, it worked. Thank you.
Yeah, and the right hand side, the target, first source, then target, like the alphabetical order.
Yep.
PQRST.
Yes, it worked. Thank you.
Okay, everybody. So see you on Thursday. Okay.
Okay, inshallah. Thank you. Jazakumullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay. Before you go, everybody, just one thing to note. Okay. So how big was the trip data? The trip data was like 655 megabytes. Okay. That means it is beyond the block size. So at least, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I cannot open the calculator. My computer is so jam-packed. So the size was, how big the size was? 6, some kind of. Okay, it is like
660 or something like that.
655 megabyte. Okay, so 655 or 56 to be precise, 128. So it should give you at least 6 different blocks, right? More than 5 blocks, that is 6 blocks. Okay, please go and check here. So how many blocks are there? The first block starts with 0. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means altogether there are 6 blocks have been created. And you see the block ID for block 0, 50, 580. Okay. So all under the same block pool. But you see the generation type and the block size got different. So here 159 means 128. Okay, you see it changes in block ID and all other things. Okay, 680. Okay, 682. Okay, block 0. This much 677. So you see block ID and the size gets changing. Okay. So if you download this one, you will get just one part from the block. So let me see from block 4, I'm downloading this one. Okay. Let's see how much it comes. Okay. So let me save this one. Well, so here when you download the data comes as a whole, no matter what block size, because everything makes up the same data, right? So you cannot take just only single piece of data from a particular block. So from any block, wherever you try to download it, be it from block 5, you download it, you get the same. Okay, 655. If you get from 0, okay, it is supposed to have a small amount of data because it's a fraction of a block size, but you still see the data. This is a way when you try to get the data becomes available as a whole. So why block size is needed? So that Hadoop can process the data in an efficient manner. Okay. Everyone, did you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then thank you for joining. See you again on Thursday. Goodbye, everyone. Allah Hafiz. Good night.
Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
If you have any question, I see only a few people are interacting in the group. That's not a good sign. This class is for you. Please be interactive. Stay connected. Ask questions. Thank you.